Hello and welcome in. My name is Karen. This is Lost Souls Tarot. I've got to unpack the tarot decks before I hit record. It's here just now. I'm going to start with the Ouija deck again. Get straight into the reading. I'm a little bit thirsty though. I might just take a quick sip. Okay, let's get going. So the Ouija deck does have some choice swear words in it, just in case, just to prepare you for them. Let's do a little Tibetan bell while we're here. Gosh, really, I'm just organised. I didn't even light my candle either. Well, it's clinking. Let's quickly light my candle. I'm just too eager to start reading for you. Right, there we go. Professional. Right, more sleeves up and let's get going. I did light my sage though, so. Right. That's two. I'm going to take them in. So we've got, oh, that's interesting. So we've got Aquarius, which starts from the period of January 20th to February 18th. And today is the 18th, but I'm going to post this on the 19th, so we're just about to come into the season of Aquarius. My dog, my German Shepherd downstairs, she's an Aquarius. And we've got today, which is interesting. Tomorrow or today, whenever you watch this, it's probably going to coincide with the start of the season of Aquarius. Or thereabouts. Okay. What about this Aquarius today? Gosh, this card, I had Immature come out so many times in my reading recently. So we've got Winter, which we're in just now. And then we've got Immature. So we've got somebody who's emotionally immature. I mean, my doggie, she's downstairs. She's only 6, so, you know. I mean, for a dog, she's pretty mature. She's a German Shepherd, so she's basically a police officer. My own personal protection system. There we go. And now we've got something going to happen next year. Now, since we're just in 2026, that would be 2027. This is the year of the horse, and next year would be the year of the goat. But we're not in the year of the horse yet, because doesn't start till, I want to say February 17th. Don't quote me on that. Thereabouts then. And now we've got Cancer. So Cancer is June 21st to July 22nd. And it's the 4th house. I'm going to take one more. Let's squeeze another one in there. And then I'll do a line of the High Priestess deck. There we go. I've got a crush. So if someone has a crush on someone, I can squeeze another one in. Oh, I'll squeeze another one in. Dang nabbit. There we go. And then I've got April. Okay, so that's quite a mishmash of things coming out here. I'm not picking up any dark energies or volatile energies from that. It's fairly light-hearted energy that we've got here. I left my spoon in this. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so that's far too many. PTSD coming out on the top though. Got ear sign on the bottom. So let's have a look. This is the High Priestess deck. If you want me to be pedantic, it's actually called the Moon, the Star, the Empress, and the High Priestess deck. But I just shortened it to the High Priestess deck because A, I can never remember the name of the deck, and B, it's too long a title to try and articulate out loud. Alright, okay. So we've got a wedding. I think this is a wedding that's up and coming. I don't think this is what's happened in the past. It could have been a wedding today, tomorrow, or around about now, or in the Aquarius season, or next year, or in April. I feel like it's not happened yet. And I've got February coming out. Oh gosh, you can't see that. February. kind of an unusual month to get married in. I mean, you're not from the UK, maybe not, but in the 2020s. So this is something happening now, or in the recent past, or in the near future. I've got sacral chakra, I feel. So I think you feel some way about this. It's maybe your own wedding, it's maybe somebody else's. Maybe you've got a friend marrying someone who you think's a bit immature. Maybe with somebody, you know, somebody who's marrying someone who's a bit immature that you've got a crush on, or they've got a crush on you, or somebody else has got a crush on them, or the person getting married has got a crush on somebody. I think it might be an ex though. Yeah, okay. Well, they found themselves on the floor. What have we got? 1950s. Children in last year. Yeah, 2020s. So got an S. Sorry, you can't see that S. And I've got X. Just put an E in there. Got letter 5, number 5. Sorry, letter 5? Number 5. Autism, okay, I need to be neat and tidy. To get all messed around, I must write them again, or the world is not okay. There we go, and then we've got Y. So S, X, and Y. That might resonate with somebody. It's kind of, if you put the E in there, actually, if you just do S, put the 5 as an E, and X and a Y, there you go, you've got sexy. Sexy. I don't really think that's what it's spelling, but I think it's more an X and an S and a Y will mean something to somebody. No, that's too many, and that's too many. The Aries and Virgo wanting to come out, so fire in an earth sign. That one. No, that's too many. Oh. Okay. Good third eye. Yeah. These colours don't show very well up on the camera, but that's the third eye. So you feel some way about this, and your intuition's telling you something about this wedding because the third eye's coming out towards the wedding. So what's your intuition telling you? The sticks initially. Oh, okay. I'm going to take the top 2 that came out. So the top 2 that came out were soulmate and heart chakra. So this could be somebody that you're either marrying who you believe is your soulmate, or your soulmate's marrying someone else. Not sure. You definitely feel some way about this wedding, and you're either really get the feeling somebody you once thought was your soulmate's maybe getting married to someone else. That's somebody else's problem, frankly, because you broke up for a reason. The letter T coming out. So that's S, X, Y, and T. Take this one, and then the W. STW could be Stuart with the W. It's more a surname, really. If it's got W in it. We've got Gemini coming out. So that is May 21st to June 20th. That's the third house. Kind of reminiscent. No, that's not the right word. Which represents the Lover's card in the tarot deck. And then we've got Cancer, which is the next house, which is June 21st to July 22nd. So this could be something involving a Gemini. So with Aquarius, Gemini, and Cancer, but it could be something between May 21st and July 22nd. Happened as well. I'm going to take one more card, and then I'm going to move to the Oracle. Oh, there, that's that one that just flew out. What's what we've got here? We've got a water sign. Can you see that? Sorry, I wasn't actually paying attention to the screen. It's got a water sign. Now Aquarius is actually an air sign. I think Cancer is a water sign. What a cheating reminder. Oh, actually, I've got another cheat sheet here. Oh, and I still haven't fixed the computer not going to sleep after like 10 minutes. So water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I did know that. I don't know why I struggle with the water and air ones. I've got the fire ones and earth ones down to a T. Okay. So this water sign, that might just be clarifying this Cancer. Oh, actually, we've had Cancer out twice. Got Cancer, Cancer, and water. So something very heavy Cancer energy here. A lot of Cancer energy. Okay. Let's take the What Lies Beneath cards. This is What Lies Beneath Oracle deck. So it's now on the floor because I've got dropsy. I had something flip over there. What was that? With caution in the reverse. Okay. It's almost giving me like the energy it's giving me is almost like just throwing caution to the wind. I'm thinking, I don't know why it just popped into my head, but and some of the younger generation won't remember this film, but there's a film called The Graduate, which had a very young Dustin Hoffman in it, and an actress whose name I can't remember. I think the maturer woman in it was a Redgrave. I can't remember the younger actress's name, but there's a scene at the end where Dustin Hoffman runs in to the wedding, and he bashes on the glass before she gets married, and she runs away down the aisle, and they run off onto a bus, and they're sitting there in their excitement. And as the film plays out at the end, the kind of like both of the elation just disappears from their faces, because they're like, right, well, I've just left my life and my wedding and just all my family and ruined all my relationships. And just you see this moment of realization setting in their faces. It's like, yeah, that was really exciting, but like, what do we do now? I'm just I'm just getting that feeling like this. I've thrown caution to the wind. There's no caution. I'm just gonna go in gung ho and like batter on the window, and I don't think that's what's gonna happen. But that popped into my mind. You can't make it up. Love story. Once upon a time. Oh, well, Love Story, the film with Ali McGraw and Ryan O'Neill. Ryan O'Neill. I mean, that's a bit of a sad ending, but there we go. But it's like Once Upon a Time. So I think this is somebody who was once your soulmate, or you once thought was your soulmate and you're going to be with forever, and who you were very deeply in love with is getting married. Because that says Once Upon a Time. And this might be somebody you divorced or you separated. Well, you've obviously separated from them. I doubt they're marrying someone while you're still together, but this is possibly somebody you divorced with, or you broke the soul contract for whatever reason. Well, that's interesting. Got the police card, but in reverse. That kind of tells me it was quite amicable, though. You know, it wasn't. I get, especially because there's red in this card, I get the feeling that, you know, it was an amicable divorce. It was more like, look, we're just not in love anymore. Let's just separate. And it was I get very peaceful. There's just peaceful energy all over this. There's no dramatics other than me imagining that scene from the end of The Graduate. Even that scene is fairly benign compared to today's standards, though. Yeah, I just feel like it was very amicable. There was no, you know, yeah. So we've got tantric sex in reverse as well. I think maybe just it fizzled out. There was no love there anymore. It's the vibe I get anyway. See if we can squeeze one more card in there. Kind of pushing it a bit. Bugaboo. So I think that's just your boo, really, isn't it? Really were once your boo. I did look up what bugaboo meant and I've forgotten now. I think it's an American term. Okay. So there was no kind of passion there. There was no volatility. I think it was just all very peaceful, and it just drifted apart. I don't even feel that anybody was cheating here or any of that kind of. I mean, I did have, we did have. Well, I made those letters into sexy, even though the 5 isn't an E, but it's more like an S. There's no volatile energy. There's no drama here. Not yet, anyway. It just kind of feels a bit like a kind of melancholy acceptance. Okay. So we've got knocked up pregnancy, expecting and mothering. Now that's coming underneath from caution to the wind. I think this caution, I know I joked about being like a scene from The Graduate. I think this caution was maybe when you originally met this person, you threw caution to the wind and you possibly got pregnant quite early, and it was a love story, but it fizzled out. And now they're marrying someone else. Maybe you're probably with someone as well, but it's still. Aww. So underneath love story, you're having heart to heart, deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. And that card is very, very red. There's a lot of love there. There was a lot of love there. Okay, tell me about the divorce then. Oops, what did we have? It was graduation day and winding down. Tell me about divorce. Tell me about the divorce, please. Oh. Doing too much, excessive overindulgence, supersize me. So it sounds like maybe there was just too many toxic behaviors in the relationship. I've also had lust coming out, which is funny because that police, maybe somebody had a wandering eye and they wanted to, maybe, yeah, I'm going to take this one. So I think that's lust, greed, inconsiderate, bareback. I get the feeling that either somebody wanted to open the relationship up or somebody was starting to have a wandering eye. And I get the feeling that nobody cheated here, but I think just everybody wanted to go their own. I say everybody. There's only 2 people in the relationship. Well, maybe not. I think it just came to a natural end. Okay, because tantric sex was in reverse. I said that the sex fizzled out and then we've got kinky ways coming out. So kinky ways is fantasies and fetishes, sexually open and looking to explore. And you know what I said? Like somebody wanted an open relationship. So I think somebody really, really wanted to go out. Maybe you met really, really young and, somebody just felt that their life had maybe you both felt your life had bypassed you. And then we've got chained, codependency, unhealthy attachment, and weighed down. So that's the first card that's come out that's made me think that maybe. I mean, I said there was some toxic behaviors, but I didn't get really get anything volatile. That's the first one where I'm like, maybe there was a little bit more toxicity in the relationship than initially appeared. I'm actually going to take a line of the Kipper cards and then we'll do the tarot. Let's have a wee look. Let's not shuffle the book. Right, okay. Oops. What have we got going on here? Okay, tell me about this from caution to the wind and getting pregnant. Message of concern. Yeah, so this was an unexpected pregnancy. I think it was quite early on in the relationship, but you were very, very deeply in love. Oh, I took 2 there. I'm not going to take them. It was changing gift though. Got a A false person. So somebody, false person. So there's somebody wearing a mask and she's holding a fan up to her face. Because the last line of this heart to heart, so it's heart to heart, deep conversations, intimate discussions, and blunt and honest. But there was somebody somebody was being fake. So maybe it wasn't the love story we both thought it was. And then you've got divorce, breaking up, supersize me, so there was these toxic behaviours, and then we've got thief. I actually don't feel like this is like this person stole from you. I think this person maybe drained you of your energy and left you depleted. Maybe you had to do all the work in the relationship, especially because we've got codependency, unhealthy attachment, and weighed down at the end. Maybe you felt, because these two together, this kinky ways and chain, there's a lot of red in that, and I feel like they're tied, that they're overlapping, and I feel like they're tied together in some way. So I think one person wanted to open up the relationship, and the other person was like, no. I mean, that's just no. And so we've got this lust, this wandering eye. There's no drama, but there was a lot of concern. There's concern coming in, which is, oops, 33. Okay. Tell me about this fizzling out of sex and somebody looking to explore it with the relationship. Marriage. Yeah, well, that would affect it, wouldn't it? I might have read this a little bit wrong. Let me just take another card. I just had another. Sorry, this just flipped on its head. I'm not sure this is. Let's just. And then I've got community. And a bugaboo and codependency. Thing is when partnerships break up and you've got your families know each other and stuff like that, it can be very difficult on the people around you, and there can be a lot of pressure to stay together, and a lot of people can have something to say about that. But this kind of story just kind of flipped on its head for me a little bit. I'm not sure if you're the one who threw caution to the wind and got pregnant. It might be that you were with this person prior to that, and then the next person they moved on to, they got pregnant, and it looked like a perfect love story, and they're breaking up, and this person's come back to you looking to sexually explore. It's one. I feel like it might be both. Well, not for the. I mean, just as a collective. I think there's two ways to read that. Especially because I've got this person who's in the relationship and they're not got any sex. They're coming to you with their kinky ways looking to explore, and you're more looking for something a lot more stable, which is why that marriage card really just flipped the narrative on its head for me. It's hard to tell with the energies here because there's no energies that are particularly strong. Okay, so this is the Tarot of the Divine, which is based on kind of fairy tales and folklore. So we've got the Empress coming out straight away. Now that's under pregnancy, so that is definitely this person who got pregnant. And there's why was there a message of concern? Oh yeah, I remember now. That was because of how quickly this person got pregnant. Take this one how it resonates. I think there's two ways you can interpret this, and I think both of them are valid. That flipped upside down. What is that? The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. False person. Okay. So the Nine of Pentacles in the upright is about being abundant in your own abundance. This tells me that somebody who came to the table wasn't who they presented themselves as, and they weren't who they said they were, and they were actually in the Nine of Pentacles. So I think one person thought this was a love story, the other person was after what the other person could give them. Because they didn't have abundance. Okay. Right, tell me about this energy thief and this divorce and breaking up. Ten of Cups. So whoever initiated the breakup or the divorce, or maybe it was completely amicable, I think they thought that this was going to lead to the Ten of Cups. It's almost like I'm getting a bit of a grass is greener syndrome here. Like, I'm bored with this relationship. I want to open it up. The things have fizzled out. I don't really want to work on it. I think we're to separate. I'm going to go find my Ten of Cups. Or the other way to interpret it is maybe it is that you felt that this person stole your Ten of Cups. And again, it runs with both threads of the stories equally there. I'll interpret that either way. Okay, tell me about this lust, wandering eye, and I think it would be I think it's your concern here. So I've got the Hanged Man. Yeah, you were just stuck. You were just stuck in a state of worry. But again, I don't really get any volatility here. But, you know, no one can live in a state of being worried. I mean, you can't see it here, but there's lots of... She's surrounded by rose thorns, and her feet look red, and they look red from the thorns on the bush. She's in pain. That's too many, but it's death and the Six of Wands. There's no victory or an end to victory. And tell me about this no sex, wanting to sexually explore marriage. I mean, somebody's looking to explore outside the marriage, then it's just a route to disaster, really. I'm sure it works for some people. Yeah. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak. What's interesting, though, is she's got two in her heart. And then one in her hand, and it's got blood on it. It's almost like she's pulled it out. And she looks like she's not afraid to use it either. There's also a lightning bolt there. I'd love to know what story that comes from. It's beautiful. I mean, not the heartbreak, but everything else. I think this was the end. I think this was the end for you. And then we've got the Emperor right at the other end of the line. You've got the Emperor and the Empress. So we've got Taurus energy, Earth, and then we've got the Emperor, which is Aries energy. And they're bookending this reading. Interesting. So this is the story of an Emperor and an Empress. Soulmates. That are soulmates no more. Okay. I don't feel like there's yeah, I don't think there's anybody else in this reading. It's just about a bit of a sad story, really. Yeah, I'm going to take them. So I've got the Chariot, which is the fastest moving card in the deck, underneath the Empress. Yeah, I think, and that's underneath the Empress, which means I think the Empress went, I'm out of here. And then we've got the World, which means I'm ending this cycle. So I suspect that you just went, this isn't going to work for me. Because this person wanted to open up the relationship, they had a wandering eye. And I don't think, nobody could live in that situation. Even if they didn't cheat, the temptation, and they've got the Wheel of Fortune, right? Ads for the world. I mean, yeah. Talk about ending cycles. And that's right on top of the Ten of Cups as well. Then we've got the Magician on top of the Hanged Man. So you got stuck. You just got really, really stuck in worry and stress and just rose thorns. Imagine getting tangled up in rose thorns. And then we've got the Five of Swords. We've got the Three of Swords and then the Five of Swords right underneath. Oh, and she's sitting there with her head in her hands as well. So the Five of Swords is about kind of emotional abuse, kind of bullying, or, you know, not particularly nice relationships. I think you were put between a rock and a hard place. That's really sad. When one person's already checked out and you're still there, that's really heartbreaking. And then we've got the Devil. Yeah, which is underneath the Emperor. So yeah, in this instance, the Empress is the one who walked away. The Emperor is the one who's codependent with the kinky ways and wanting to explode outside the marriage. Because he's got this devil energy. That you may as well just turn that Emperor upside down. So he's cold, heartless, cruel. He's got one giant sword, by the way. Wouldn't want to cross him. Yeah. Funnily enough, the devil is like it's codependency and obsession, possession, controlling. Okay, I accidentally took two, but I'm going to take both of them. So we've got Temperance coming underneath the Chariot, which is lovely. So you've I think you've healed from this and you find balance. And we've got the Page of Cups coming under the World, which was ending cycles. He looks very happy, that Page of Cups as well. There's a little bunny rabbit with a little red ribbon in his mouth, or red string. And there's 6 little moons in it as well. He's carrying a little bowl of water. This is a lovely energy. Whatever it is, you've healed from it. You've healed. But I think it was a horrible situation. Oops. That's too many, but it's the Knight of Cups. The Lovers and the Moon. The Moon card is stunning. Let's keep going. I want to end this story. Leaving me a bit depleted. Page of Wands, Page of Cups and Page of Wands. So we had some fiery energy here. This is the first kind of fiery energy I've had out the whole reading. Even with the Devil, I just feel like you're really detached from this energy. Like you're detached from this person. You've healed from this person. And you're more just, what? Oh, no, this is upside down. There we go. So that's coming under divorce. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of negotiating, I think, in the divorce. And I've got the Ace of Swords. So that's the truth. And I've got, the Six of Swords in the reverse, in the upright. Oh. So you've got some clarity here. Because we've got the Three of Swords to the Five of Swords to the Six of Swords, but the Six of Swords in the reverse, which is just compounding the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords. It's like anxiety, stress, unable to rest, unable to sleep. I'm not actually even sure. Is this your energy? Or is this the Emperor's energy? This isn't the classic that you've got an Emperor and Empress and the Emperor's bored, the sex isn't good, he wants to open the marriage, everything falls apart, and then his life falls apart because he's literally got the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Devil touching him. And we've got kinky ways and chained up here and tantric sex in reverse. It's just bad energy on this side of the deck. I think what's happened is you've healed, because there's just beautiful energy on this side over here next to the Empress. She's sorted. She's in Temperance energy. She's good. And then I think what you see is this person is a mess. And they're about to go and get married to someone else. And they shouldn't be with anyone. They shouldn't be marrying anybody. Because they're not in good energy and they're toxic. And they're unhealed. And they're probably unhealed from their marriage to you. And now I've got the Nine of Cups. Now oh, that was the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now what's weird is that's touching the energy. So over here I had that when it was in this relationship, however long ago this happened, and it might have been decades ago, this person was a false person, this Emperor, because he was in Devil energy. And he was Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, and he presented himself in one way, and he really, really wasn't, and you thought this was a love story. Here we've got the Emperor, and he's codependent. And this Devil energy is touching this Nine of Cups. So I feel like whoever he's with now, he's after their Nine of Cups. He thinks that whoever he's with and whoever's going to marry, and their energy isn't in this reading, is going to give him the Nine of Cups or is going to heal them or help him, and it's not. Getting married to someone else is not going to fix the problem. I don't think this Emperor understands that. Like, it takes more than that to get yourself out of Devil energy, or, you know, to put your Devil energy, or to put yourself in the upright. Right, I'm going to take 3 cards for just a little bit of an outgoing message. Oh, that's the first time I've actually got a little bit anxious and stressed in this reading, because the energy over here in the Empress's energy is lovely and the Emperor's energy is a mess. Okay, so with the Two of Swords, there's a lack of clarity, lack of decision, lack of whatever. I think maybe you're just a bit confused about why this person's getting married, to be honest. And quite often it's like it's not your problem anymore. I mean, if he's the father of your children, then fair enough. But got to bear in mind that if this person's in Devil energy, he's just another woman's problem now. Or another man's, however you want to, or he's just another person's problem. And then we've got the Knight of Coins, so that's the Knight of Pentacles. So he's the slowest moving knight in the deck. He plants seeds as he goes. So yeah, I think you're in confusion about why this person's getting married, and maybe they've done it quite quickly. And considering they wanted to break up the relationship to go and have an open relationship and explore themselves, this is probably confusing to you. I think you're taking a much slower approach. You're in Temperance energy, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to see how things go, which is why we've got this Knight of Coins here. Because you're like, yeah, I'm just going to plant seeds. I'm going to heal. I'm going to be good. I'm going to get strong. I'm going to settle my life. I'm going to see what's out there. And then I've got the King of Coins, King of Pentacles. So we've got a lot of earth energy here. So you're really stable and abundant, and this is a really cool card. It's like you've got a turtle with a tree growing out the back. It's like really, just really strong earth energy here. And I think whatever's happening, this person's getting married quite soon, as I said in the beginning. And yeah, I think you may be just reflecting and wondering. I don't think you need to wonder, though. I think this person, yeah, they're just another person's problem now, and they'll probably just do the same to this other person. But yeah, I thought I had some other oracle cards out, but I don't. So I'm going to finish the reading there. Thanks for joining me, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.